Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all appropriate supervised ages outside the dilapidated Castle of Grayskull in front of the less crowded Snake Mountain in the Hobo Jungle, I bring to you another Reno McDallas review. Hey, so I was doing some looking on my analytics, and it looks like a lot of you actually tune in for just the door thing. So if by chance you are here and not for the door thing, hi! And if you're here for the door thing, I'll see you later. One of these days I need to put the timestamps in so people can just get to where I test. Because this one's going to be a long one. So first off, I'm going to start with Quasar, not to be confused with Queso. Queso dip. He does look as delicious, though. Look at that. Does he look like cheese and peppers to you? All right, so what I'm going to do, I've got so many figures that we're just going to start doing it this way. So I'll start him like a normal one, and then I have almost 2 full waves of Marvel Legends to get through with you. So I'm going to show you the boxes, flip them over. We'll pause. I'm going to unbox and then bring them out one at a time. It'll work, trust me. So here we go. We'll start with him. All right. Yeah, he was a Walgreens exclusive, and I had the last one they had at Walgreens. So I'm not a really big fan of him, but like I said, I am a fan of Queso. So here we are. But anyway, I thought he looked cool enough that I like to have him in my collection. You know, you don't always have to be familiar with the character or like him to really appreciate their figure. He does have these fire fists, so that's cool. Or plasma. Yeah, well, fire is plasma, isn't it? So they fit on pretty easy. Yeah, like I said, I dig the head sculpt, and I really like the how that they did the stars in the background, like his cape has in the comics. What is he, from the Quantum Zone or something like that? I know he's not from a negative zone, so that's where his powers come from, is that those bands on his arms, or the jewels of the bands, whatever. Anyway, so that's him. Cool figure. Okay, so we're going to go ahead, and since this one has been put together a little bit more, even though I have just as many pieces of this, we're going to go ahead and start with the Doctor Strange wave. So we're going to start with this Despair guy. He does kind of look like he is in despair. He perhaps needs a hug and a role model. So there's the back of the box. All right. Okay, so Mr. Despair came with that hoof. And so this is where we're at right now. Fit on pretty easy. And now he did come with a one fist and one grabbing hand, and I just went ahead and put the grabbing hand on this hand. And to get the cape on, you just take his head off, pop it on there, and he is just your standard Marvel, legend. I wouldn't be too surprised if I don't find some cool stories with him in it or anything. He will probably end up getting traded in when I go to the toy store. But I just really wanted to make a Rintrah here, so mainly because I'm a big Doctor Strange fan. So anyway, there was him. And let's go ahead and we will go to Sleepwalker. Now, I don't know if you were into the comics, Ms. Marvel comics, back when she was still Carol Danvers. He had a pretty good role in, was it Operation Thunderstrike or something like that? Or I don't remember what it was. But anyway, where she got her whole team to hunt down people. But she had a mini shield helicarrier, and Sleepwalker was one of her guys. So anyway, what would happen is they had a device to knock the guy as soon as he fell asleep. He would summon Sleepwalker would come out. So they had a thing to knock himself out instantly, and Sleepwalker was a pretty neat part of the team. I really enjoyed him. So I'm happy that he got a Marvel Legend. So give me just a second here, and we'll open him up. Okay, so he also came with a grasping hand and then fists. So we just did the usual where, I'm going to grab you. I always do this hand. I try to do that with the web shooters, or the web fingers on my Spider-Man, and that's why I just kind of always try to go for this side. I don't know why I do it. It's real weird, isn't it? Sorry. Anyway, so that's that. He came with this hoof. So I will go ahead and put his hoof on. Leg. Don't necessarily need to call it a hoof, do I? Even though there are hooves. It would behoove me to say it properly. Okay. All right, and next figure here, we got Wong, and as you see, he's got sword here, got a grasping hand, aforesaid sword, and he also has an arm with a fist and open hands for Rintrah there. So we'll go ahead and do this. Okay, you saw the spellcasting hands and all that good stuff. Unfortunately for me, they only had this side for a sword holding hand, so there you go. But very good likeness on him. I think it looks very much like the actor. Isn't his name also Benedict? I believe it is. Well, you gonna zoom or not, camera? There we go. Yeah, pretty good likeness, I think. Standard Marvel articulation, of course, with the robes and whatnot. He's not going to move as much, but hey, you don't necessarily need to move a whole lot with this guy, being a spellcaster and all. And then he came with the other arm, which I put a fist on, so he's got an open hand and a fist, because, my thing. And finally, I think this is a re-release. Probably what they did is all the figures that nobody bought from the last time he was in astral form, they repackaged into this. I would almost put money on that if I was a betting man. So anyway, there's the astral form, yada yada. Alright, so he does come with a genie lamp, and he comes with a holding hand, as well as a, it's kind of funny, and a casting hand. He is very translucent, as you can see. I didn't like him when I saw him in package, but now that I actually have him out of package, he will actually look pretty decent on the display stand. So I'm actually going to keep him. I didn't think I was going to, so that was a pleasant surprise. And of course, he's got your same articulation as the other Doctor Stranges that we've reviewed before, but still, that's kind of neat. I mean, it's a good gimmick. It sucks that they repackaged the same figures last time. We didn't get somebody new, but hey, what can you do? But at least we got this great Build-A-Figure. Rintrah looks great. He was a Doctor Strange's apprentice for a little while in the comic books. Hopefully he'll make a comeback now that he's been, featured in a film. So cool Build-A-Figure. That'll go in my Build-A-Figure display over there. And we'll go ahead and move on to our Thor figures. So we'll go ahead and let me move these guys real quick, and we'll get started. You guys are probably going to want me just to start doing it this way from now on, huh? Where I just skip ahead. Alright, so we are going to, let's start so I've got a body to work with. So we have Teenage Groot with his teenage angst. He's got looks like he's got a root hand. He's got a gun holding hand and all that. This isn't just, yes, thankfully it just says I am Groot on the back. That's all it will ever need to say for Groot, huh? Alright. Okay, so yeah, he's got a couple different hands here, as you can see. There's all that nonsense. And where did my bag go? I have a bag of accessories I just started for all these figures. So here he is with his gun. Very classy. It looks like almost you could stick something in the end of that thing. Like a blast thing, but they just didn't put a blast accessory with it or something like that. But yeah, neat figure. He feels a little dinky and fragile, which is probably why they picked him for the torso to come with him. So yeah, pretty great little Groot. Like I said, a little fragile, but I didn't really feel comfortable moving this arm over here. But all in all, he's a great little Groot. If you collect Groot stuff, grab him. So, and we'll go ahead and get Mr. Korg together. So, screw that leg on and put that arm in. There he goes. All right, starting up good. So there's that. Alright, so Christian Bale has the other leg. I thought he did very good in this movie. Here is the back of the package. And we'll go ahead and open it. Alrighty, so we'll go ahead and get this leg on. Tell you what, these things are a lot easier to put together than they used to be. I don't know if about you guys... Oh, well, I just have to go say that and his arm goes flying out. But for the most part, these Build-A-Figures have been going together a lot easier. I jinxed myself, didn't I? Yep, a lot easier and just look really good. So there he is so far. And of course, he's going to be limited articulation with his little dress going on there. If you want to look at Christian Bale's butthole, here you go. So did you guys watch this and enjoy it? I heard a lot of people like, oh, that dude looks like Voldemort. It's like, not everybody that's bald and white is Voldemort. You know what I mean? I mean, Vader was all scarred up in white. But whatever. So there's his symbiote sword. I think that's what is the Black King sword or something like that, isn't it? I can't remember. But I think in the comics that has something to do with the symbiote. If I'm wrong, I apologize. But yeah, that likeness is fantastic, isn't it? Dang, that's a good likeness. And he's got some good detail of his scars, his sun scars and all that. So yeah, really cool. Cool figure. See, not much in the way of detail, for the outfit or costume or anything like that. Wow, that's just a great head sculpt and great scarring detail. There's even scars on the neck there. Look at that. Great job. Absolutely fantastic. Good figure. Okay. And next we'll go ahead and do Star-Lord. So here's the back of him. There you go. Alright, and I'll go ahead and get him open. Yep, and of course we're a little bit limited on articulation because of the coat, but the legs still move real well. Likeness is great. They've just really got his likeness down. Fantastic. Chris Pratt likeness is great on this. And there's one of his element guns. They really haven't changed much in design, have they? They don't look like they have. But that's still pretty cool. So go ahead and put his gun in his hand. Can you believe this dude's going to be Mario? Oh, crazy. So yeah, there he is in all of his Star-Lord glory. Definitely worth the pickup. And now we have... Oop, wrong one. We're going to go ahead and finish building Korg with King Valkyrie. I love that everybody got upset, that you're people that you don't care about upsetting online. Oh my gosh, MCU, oh my gosh. Whatever, shut up. It's King Valkyrie, who cares, right? It's just a word. Why are you guys getting bent out of shape? It sounds cooler than Queen Valkyrie, doesn't it? Think about it. What rolls off the tongue better? Exactly. Now shut the hell up. Alright, so here we go. And open it up. Okay, yeah, great likeness. Very good posability. And now see that knife is molded in. You can't remove it, but it's still great detail. I like her sword. Looks great. Looks just like the actress. What's her name? Tessa Thompson or something like that? I always get this stuff wrong. You guys know that. And she kind of reminds me of my friend Alona. They kind of have a similar look in the face, which is kind of weird, but whatever. Anyway, great figure. Definitely worth the pickup. And let's see if the juice was worth the squeeze on building Korg here. The detail's great. I love it. But remember how I was just bragging about how great this Build-A-Figure was? All they've been lately and they don't really want to fall apart? Well, and that whole time I was unboxing her, I had to put him back together a couple of times because his arms and this one leg just really didn't want to stay in. But all in all, that's a pretty good figure. Great Build-A-Figure. It's a good wave to pick up, I think. Both waves are pretty solid for the most part, but if you're going to pick up, we'll just completely pick up one of any wave, I would go with this one. Simply because it's Korg. I mean, yeah, you could go ahead and go buy the other version of him, but yeah, it's a good setup. And of course, the last one of this wave, which they like to put them out now with one wave that doesn't have a figure, build a figure. So, so there we go. Here's the back of that, and we'll go ahead and open him up. Okay, so he comes with an extra fist for all your fist excitement. And then this is him. Pretty good deco. I really wish he would have came with a second head so you could swap out that weird helmet, because he doesn't wear it that often in the movie, but whatever. And yeah, just a cool figure all in all. Definitely a good choice for the non-Build-A-Figure figure, because it would be ones that the kids would be wanting more than the others, more than likely. So yeah, all in all, a lot of good figures here. A lot of them are available for clearance at your local Wally World, Walmart. Target hasn't gotten all of them on clearance yet, but the Doctor Strange ones I know are definitely on clearance. All right, so here's the part where most people fast forward to, and I don't blame them because it's the most fun. Here's the part where we see which figure can possibly please old Summertime Skeletor over there by breaking down the door to Castle Grayskull, and thus ensuring that they are the greatest action figure ever made. Jim Cornette has some money for him over there. And yeah, so we're going to go ahead and bounce all these fellas off. Good grief, this is going to be a long video. So hey, at least I paused everything. This thing will be at 30 minutes by now. Alright, so Astral Form. Nope. Oh, knocked the king over up there. Alright. It's kind of surprising. Alright, Big Thor. No dice. Christian Bale. No dice. Clear these guys out the way, because some people are like, oh my gosh, there's a pile from the door, they can't get nothing. Alright, little Groot. Nope. He bounced. This guy. No dice. Harley about fell over though. Okay. Alright, Wong. Nope. Star-Lord. No dice. King Valkyrie. The MCU didn't win there. Nothing from Sleepwalker. Oh. And they put Skeletor in the line on the fire there. He's been in it too much. That's why he's in a seat now. Alright. Quaalude. Yes, I know it's Quasar. Alright. Ooh. Did you see his queso bolts go away? Yeah, those are queso bolts. Full of cheese and excitement. And Rintrah. Nope, but at least he didn't explode when he hit the door. Oh, Harley went down. Which I wish he would, right? Waka waka. Alright, so let's see if Korg explodes when I throw him at this. He didn't, but he did shake Grayskull pretty good. Alright, guys, well, thanks for watching. That is all of my figures for this time. Next time will be much shorter. I do have 2 figures ready to go. Well, three figures ready to go, and one is supposed to be here today, but it didn't show up. So elsewise, it's been a lot longer video, but whatever. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Remember, free the figs.